Building your own plan. I'm going to breeze through this real quick because we've got resources for you right on the health resources page that you can go and look at. Your plan needs to take a holistic approach to structural health. It needs to be well-rounded. You can't just jog every day and think that that's going to do it because you will be missing it, okay? Got to take a holistic approach. There's 2 primary groups of muscles, and you need to make sure that you're working both of these groups. There are big muscles. We call these the phasic muscles. These are the movers, the big strong ones. And then there's the little guys, which we call postural muscles. Postural muscles, when you want to react to something, engage your structure so that your movers, your big muscles, can then move your body. Does that make sense? When you bend over to grab a pencil, the first muscles to fire are your posturals. They lock up your spine, they lock up your hips, they lock up your shoulders and make sure that you're in posture so that when your big muscles start to move to pick that pen up, your spine doesn't crack. What's important for you to see is these muscle groups all need work. The big muscle groups respond to strengthening. They respond to resistance. Okay? The postural muscles, the smaller muscles, are long, they're endurance muscles because they're working constantly. They're working all the time. And they're also, if they're not being worked well, if you're out of alignment and things like that, those are the ones that seize up and cause you deep pain in your body. So you need to make sure with your exercise program that you're actually working both sets. And if you're just sitting on an exercise machine, pushing things, your postural muscles are not getting exercise. Functional exercise is best. Natural movement is best because coordination and balance and strengthening and coordination of your postural muscles will keep everything in line. Okay? And then you can do dynamic movements, you can do squats, you can do those types of things that actually will build up the bigger muscles and keep the muscle mass there. Okay? So, what should you be doing in your weekly routine? These are my recommendations for a well-rounded, holistic exercise program. Okay? Stretching and flexibility. 5 to 7 minute sessions, 3 to 4 times a week. This is actually best done right in the morning, like it says right down here. One of the most beneficial times to stretch is at the beginning of the day. After your body has done a lot of work to heal and repair as you've slept, the best thing to do is to stretch out those muscles and to flush out those toxins that may be sitting there and get your lymphatic system draining right away in the morning. Okay? Flexibility is one of the greatest measures of physical and structural health. I can tell you pretty much on point how fit someone is based on how flexible they are. Being flexible is extremely important because it covers so many areas of structural health. So stretching and flexibility. Resistance training and core strength. 30 to 35 minute sessions. You do not need to be spending an hour to an hour and a half in the gym on this stuff. That is overkill. 2 to 3 times a week. Moderate to high intensity. If it's high intensity, you can probably even shorten that session. Okay? Your routine for strength, balance, and coordination should be focused on natural movement. I am not saying that machines are not at all helpful. Actually, if you are deconditioned and you haven't moved normally in a while, you need to start on machines. Because you actually, if you try to do a bunch of natural movement, like kettlebells or functional training right away, you could hurt yourself big time. Better to start getting muscle groups incorporated as you go. Better to start on a machine if you haven't done things for a long time. Okay? But natural movements are ones you'll want to look for. So your resistance exercises should incorporate compound movements, meaning you're moving and working more than just one muscle group at a time. And that engages core strength and benefits bodily posture as well. So it builds your stability. Keeps those shoulders back, keeps your chin up. How many people you see walk around like this? You just watch now. You're going to find it. You're going to be people watching again. You watch how many people have terrible posture. Their heads are all out here. Do you know how heavy your head is? Some of us more than others. Got their heads out here, their shoulders are all in like this. Oh man, do you know how bad that is for health in their future? Do you know how many problems that's going to cause? Posture is a big one. And these flexibility, resistance training, and core strength is a big one for posture because you're evenly strengthening your body. Okay? Your routine should minimize the use of strength training on machines and maximize free weight and body weight resistance. The more natural your exercise can be, the better it's going to be for your health. This is where bench pressing 550 pounds becomes a lot less impressive because doing that movement has nothing to do with your health. I've seen moms lift cars off children. They didn't bench press 550 pounds before that. That's called adrenaline. If you really need a burst of strength, I promise it's in you. You don't need to train for something like that. A well-structured strength, I didn't see it with my eyes, I saw videos. A well-structured strength and stability routine will help reduce your risk of injury and it will improve your posture for lifelong joint health. If you have joint issues right now, it very well could be caused by joints that are out of alignment or muscles, some muscles that are out of balance, their strength is out of balance with others. You get inside muscles of your legs or outside muscles too strong and too weak because you don't move normally, you're inactive. It pulls on your knees weird. And then you pound on your knees and now you got problems with your knees. Same things with your ankles. That's why natural movements are good for your resistance training because they'll keep everything in alignment. Number 3, aerobic and cardiovascular. If you are resistance training with intensity, you are already getting a pretty good amount of cardiovascular and aerobic work in. Because any of you who have weight trained before and kept it at a good pace and didn't rest too much, realize that your blood pressure is up at 140, 150 beats a minute, which is as high as you want it to be if you're walking or running. I favor resistance and core strength and stability exercises over aerobic activity. I favor it because I get my aerobic activity in for the most part in my resistance training routine. If you want to, aerobic activity, this is a great way to get out, see the sun, look at things far away. It helps your brain. It helps stimulate your brain. Obviously, we know the sun is good for you. Oxygen is good for you. The air outside, well, I suppose unless you live in LA, don't want to. The air outside is better for you than inside the gym in most parts of this country. Get out and do your aerobic exercise outside if you can. All right, it's a great way to de-stress. Nature is very good for you. Okay? So for most people, walking in a natural environment and using natural movements is really the best form of cardiovascular exercise. The other way to do this is to do a functional fitness DVD in your home or something like that. Or do a class at a gym. All right? Go let someone else guide you and just follow what they're doing. It's kind of nice to be able just to walk somewhere and to have someone build the routine for you and all you have to do is follow. If you'd like to build more aerobic performance, that's when jogging or running would be a good exercise of choice. If you want to build more aerobic performance, then that's a good idea. If you just want to stay healthy, you don't need to do that. Does that make sense? You don't have to go to the gym and run on a treadmill to be healthy. You're going to get tons of health benefits out of just walking outside. Go walk. Number 4, recreation and enjoyment. As desired, but highly recommended on a weekly basis. It's going to help alleviate stress. Okay? And by this time, you've already met your requirement for movement, so this activity really can be sitting and knitting if you want it to be. If you've already done these other things, your stretching routine, your strength routine, maybe some aerobic stuff, some core strength, your relaxation or enjoyment activity can be playing basketball with the boys, be walking with the ladies, it can be knitting. You've already gotten enough movement in for the week. Okay? So it's important to do activities that you enjoy or that make you better at things that you want to be good at. For example, I play pickup basketball sometimes. Anyone can imagine that when you go and play basketball with other people, you like to not humiliate yourself, correct? So my enjoyment activity is to go play basketball and work on my basketball skills so I'm not terrible when I go play with, kids that are 15, 20 years younger than I am. So I'm not embarrassed. I want to be good at it. So that's what I do. I work on my skills. I make sure that I get my other movement stuff and get my functional exercise routine in, and then I play basketball for fun. Little tweaks that you can do. These are things you can start doing right now that will increase your metabolic load. Just tomorrow you can do this. Standing at a desk. I have a standing desk because I'm constantly on the computer and researching and writing. I have a desk. I don't have a chair. I don't even have a tall chair to sit on. I literally stand at my desk because if you're at your desk 5+ hours a day, you don't want to be sitting if you can help it at all. And if you are sitting at work and you can't help it, you need to regularly take breaks and make sure that you are moving your spine around and make sure that you're stretching out, you're getting up, you're taking in air like we do here because it's good for you. And people who do that just in small intermittent times during the day, if you have a sitting job, you will decrease your risk for injury and pain by amazing amounts. I don't know what the statistic is, but it is excellent. So get up and start moving if you have to sit at a desk all day. Taking stairs, obviously we all know that one. I challenge you to do this for a month. You will get a lot of benefit out of it. Parking at a distance is a good one too. It's very simple to do, and you get less dings on your car. Less depreciation on an asset that you have. See, financial wellness here, huh? And then obviously you can bike or walk to work if that's a possibility. I can't do that, but maybe some of you can. So that's also another little tweak that you can do. I would challenge you to come up with little things that you can do as well. Write them down. Little things that you can do in your daily routine that will help improve your health. Just think of them. What are things that I can do based on my environment, where my home is and all that I could actually get the same thing done every day that I need to and provide my body with some benefits of exercise?